The glass is cold against my palm, a transparent divide between the heavy weather and the person here inside. The water runs in rivers down the surface of the pane, distorting all the city into patterns made of rain. The yellow cabs are blurry streaks of amber and of gold, like memories of stories that have already been told. I am the quiet observer in the center of the storm, wrapped inside the silence and the feelings that are warm. Each droplet is a prism holding fragments of the light, a microscopic universe that's disappearing from sight. They collide and then they vanish in a sudden liquid rush, adding to the rhythm of the afternoonish hush. The noise of traffic is a ghost, a distant hollow hum, beaten by the cadence of the elemental drum. I watch the grayness swallowing the spires and the street, feeling the security that is total and complete. Slide and fall, wash it all, safe and dry under the sky. Rain against the glass, a barrier of gray and blue, a sanctuary created for the spirit to renew. The rhythm of the falling is the only thing I hear, erasing every worry and erasing every fear. I have a cup of tea that's sending steam into the air, a temporary remedy for the burden of despair. The warmth is in the fingers and the warmth is in the chest, as the frantic city energy is put to rest. I see a lonely figure with an umbrella of red, moving through the deluge with a heavy looking tread. But here the only movement is the ticking of the clock, safe inside the harbor and protected by the dock. The books upon the table are a fortress for the mind, leaving all the chaos and the static far behind. The rain is like a curtain that is drawn across the world, watching as the mystery of the weather is unfurled. It softens every jagged edge and cleanses every sin, opening the window for the peace to enter in. I surrender to the frequency, I surrender to the beat, in this cozy corner of the intellectual retreat. Slide and fall, wash it all, safe and dry under the sky. Rain against the glass, a barrier of gray and blue, a sanctuary created for the spirit to renew. The rhythm of the fallen is the only thing I hear, erasing every worry and erasing every fear. Water on the lens, where the city ends. Maybe the rain is just the city's way of having a cry, beneath the heavy cover of the dark and leaden sky. And we are just the witnesses to the sorrow and the grace, in this sophisticated and the solitary space. I find a quiet pleasure in the lack of any view, not having to distinguish between the false and the true, just the purity of water and the purity of sound, a holy kind of of magic that is scattered on the ground. The light is fading quickly now, the evening is near, but everything inside the glass is absolutely clear. The piece is like a velvet cloth, it's soft and it is deep, giving me the comfort and the promise of a sleep. I'll stay here for a little while, I'll stay here for a bit, and let the candle of the hope be tentatively lit. The rain against the glass is like a lullaby of old, more valuable than diamonds and more valuable than gold. Slide and fall, wash it all, safe and dry under the sky. Rain against the glass, a barrier of gray and blue, a sanctuary created for the spirit to renew, erasing every worry and erasing every fear. Only thing I hear, the glass. Stay. Stay.